Alright, I don't do this very often, but with everyone asking me to make a video, let me tell you about this new wave in e-commerce that's allowing teenagers in their bedroom to build 8-figure brands overnight with no experience or budget. So look, we are entering a new era. Everything is changing. The way we live, the way we buy, the way we work, and so does the way people do business. We are entering what experts are calling the new arbitrage economy. And there are a bunch of 18-year-old entrepreneurs taking advantage of this to make as much, if not more money, than brands with deep pockets, hundreds of employees, and ones that have been around for decades. I'm finally going to pull back the curtains and show you the exact playbook that these e-commerce brands are using, as well as the step-by-step implementation framework that we've used with our clients to get results like these. If you're watching this video, you know that growing fast and profitably with an e-commerce brand is all about finding the right type of underpriced attention. So if you're looking for what it'll take to get your next leg of growth for your brand, the next half hour or so is probably going to be one of the most valuable things you watch this year. Now, I'd like to be 100% transparent here, so I have to say this. Just because I got these results doesn't mean you will. After all, we're talking about the creator economy, and I've been on both sides of the equation as the leading content creator in my niche with over 3 million followers, but I've also been on the brand side, building and executing the strategies for brands like Gymshark, Olaplex, Converse, Amazon, Duolingo, Shopify, and more. I have lived and breathed this creator economy for 6 years, won many awards, etc. So I always like to make this clear because my reputation and success are built upon how transparent I am. So I certainly cannot guarantee that you will get results like the one I've gotten, but what I can 100% guarantee is that what you're about to see are the results of other regular average brands who are using the same playbook that I'm about to show you. Like Kitsch, who wasn't making any sales prior to January, and now in April is already at a 6-figure run rate with no prior experience. Or Fienwell, who just completed their 3rd month with $65,000 in sales at over 75% profit margin. Or New 11, who went from struggling with Facebook ads to $10,000 a month in February, and then went on to do $185,000 in the month of April. In case we haven't met yet, my name is Timothée Chenu, and if you are looking to scale your brand without having to risk tens of thousands of dollars on ad spend, compete in saturated platforms like Meta or Google, or having to hire a bunch of people to help you with marketing, then this video is for you. I'm going to be showing you the 4-step plug-and-play framework that my team implements when partnering with brands to scale effortlessly and add $50,000 to $100,000 minimum in sales every month. Now, if you stay here and watch this video until the end, I'm actually going to send you as a gift the plug-and-play step-by-step tutorial specifically for step 4, which is the one brand owners usually struggle with the most. That plug-and-play actually includes live examples of me doing it myself. For everything I'm about to show you guys here today, I want you to know that I'm speaking from experience. I've created and sold my own brands, became the top content creator in my niche, and I've worked with brands that are just starting out as well as bigger publicly traded companies to make the most of this new arbitrage economy. The reason I tell you this is because when I talk to you guys today about the different channels and really just the pros and cons of every single model, I am speaking from experience. So I'm going to be sharing all of that today in excruciating detail. Let's get started. So there are 3 reasons why this model works so well. Number 1, it's a beginner-friendly platform. Number 2, it's an exploding industry, which means that the demand is going through the roof, all while not having enough people to supply such demand. And number 3, it takes advantage of the new arbitrage economy that the market is heading towards too, which means you get an unfair advantage for being that early. First, let me explain what a beginner-friendly platform is. And I'll do that by showing you the way that most e-commerce brands approach online marketing and why that is the reason that 90% of them fail. I mean, seriously, if you're trying to build a profitable online business, you don't want to do this stuff. It is deadly. Most brands try to start making money with Meta, Google, Amazon, or traditional D2C, but they never take the time to evaluate the platform on a fundamental level. So they never realize that those are not beginner-friendly channels. Now, they are all viable platforms and you can make tons of money with them. However, some platforms will allow you to make millions a month but will be really hard as a beginner, and some others will allow you to make multiple six figures while being realistically obtainable for newcomers. Making this mistake is kind of like trying to play a video game on its hardest difficulty instead of working your way up. So people end up spending tons of money spinning their wheels, and that results in them getting frustrated and most of the time losing all of the marketing budget they have invested. Now, what if you decided to actually evaluate how beginner-friendly are the online marketing platforms available out there before risking all of your money on them? Well, let's do that together. There are 7 metrics that come into play when evaluating this: conversion rates, startup capital, margin, competition, scalability, technical complexity, attribution. Now, let's use these metrics to judge the most common e-commerce platforms. Starting with Amazon, conversion rates are solid. People go there with the intent to buy. Between inventory, ads, and storage fees, you're looking at $10,000 to $25,000 to get going. It adds up fast. Margins on Amazon can range anywhere from 5% to 40% depending on how efficient you are. But the competition is intense and it eats up into the profits fast. Competition is high, there are millions of sellers and you are constantly fighting for attention and price. Scalability is good. If you break through, you can move a lot of volume, but it is an expensive race to the top. Technical complexity is medium. Managing listing, supply chain, and Amazon compliance rules isn't impossible, but it's definitely not a plug and play. Attribution is pretty good compared to other platforms. Amazon tells you what sells well, but don't give you a full view of your customer journey. Next up, Meta. When it comes to conversion rates, Meta really struggles. You're sending people out of the app into a landing page or a Shopify store, and a big percentage just drop off before buying. Starting capital usually ranges from $5,000 to $15,000. You need enough budget to test creatives, audience, campaigns before finding what works. Margins are a little bit better, around 20 to 30%, but it's getting harder to stay profitable with rising ad costs. Competition is extremely high, everyone is fighting for space in the feed, and now more than ever, it's a pay-to-play environment. Scalability is medium. You can grow quickly if you hit the right creative, but ad fatigue kicks in fast and scaling gets expensive. Technical complexity is high. You need a solid knowledge of your audience segmentation, do a lot of creative testing, retargeting, optimizing your landing page, constant campaign optimization. It's tough. And attribution, it's pretty hard these days. After iOS 14, it's hard to know exactly where your sales are coming from. Now onto Google. Google's conversion rate is the same. It's higher intent for sure, but it still takes multiple steps to go from click to checkout. And that extra friction kills conversions. Startup capital is a bit heavier, somewhere between $5,000 to $25,000 depending on how aggressive you want to be. Margins are tight, 10 to 20%, because competition drives up the ad costs, especially in the popular niches. Competition is extremely high. You're bidding against the big players in almost every vertical, and the cost per click can get crazy. Scalability is medium. You can scale with search volume, but it's not viral. Growth is more linear compared to something like TikTok. Technical complexity is high. Google's platform is powerful, but dense. From keyword strategies to bidding models, it's not beginner friendly. Attribution though is good. Google's ecosystem gives you decent insights through Google Analytics and attribution tools, especially compared to Meta. Now, after going through all the platforms, the real question becomes, what would the ideal beginner-friendly e-commerce platform actually look like? Does it even exist? Well, let's pull back up the table and together let's draw out what the perfect platform would need to have. When it comes to conversion rates, you want something to be 10% and above. Startup capital, you ideally want this to be as close to zero as possible. As a newcomer to the platform, the last thing you want to do is risking $5,000 or $10,000 or even more before knowing if your product will actually sell. For margins, you want something that actually lets you keep most of what you make, not fighting for scraps after paying the ad costs and platform fees. Competition-wise, the ideal platform will still need to be early enough so that you're not drowning in a sea of well-established competitors with massive budgets. For scalability, you want something that doesn't just let you make a few sales, but something that can actually grow into an 8-figure business with. On technical complexity, the dream is a platform that's easy to use, easy to set up, and doesn't require a whole tech team just to get started. And finally, for attribution, you want clear and simple data. You want to know exactly where your sales are coming from without having to be a data scientist. And when you stack up all of these must-have, there's only just one platform that checks every single box: TikTok Shop. And it's not just that TikTok Shop fits the bill, it actually goes far beyond what most people even realize. You see, TikTok Shop built a complete in-app shopping experience. That means your customers never leave the app. They see the video, they click the product and buy it instantly. This frictionless path to purchase is a huge reason why TikTok Shop conversion rates are often in the double digits, anywhere from 10 to 15% of clicks. Just because you're not paying for the traffic to go elsewhere, everything happens right inside of TikTok. The in-app purchase flow on TikTok Shop gives brand something no other platform can, which is true attribution. Because everything happens right inside the app, you get 100% clarity and you know exactly which creator, which video, which second in the video drove the sale. That kind of precision is a massive and unfair advantage because it means you can double down exactly on what's working without having to guess or waste budget on ad testing. Now, what's crazy is that TikTok Shop as a platform is growing 650% year over year, which speaks to the level of demand that there is for in-app shopping. Yet, there's a clear lack of supply for that demand, which we'll come back to in a minute. But most importantly, in my opinion, the visibility on TikTok, unlike any other platform, is merit-based. It's no longer about who has the biggest following, it's no longer about who has the deepest pockets, it's all about the person that is able to make a piece of content that resonates the best with the end user. And this brings me to one of the biggest shifts that is happening right now, something I call the TikTokification of social media. What TikTok did to social media is the same thing that the invention of the gun did to self-defense. When the gun was introduced to the population, suddenly anyone could stand their own ground and defend themselves, right? The gun became the great equalizer. And TikTok is doing the exact same thing to social media. Today, you can literally have 0 followers, be filming in your bedroom on a shitty iPhone and still outperform influencers with millions of followers or brands that have millions of dollars in ad budget. Simply because you make content that resonates better with the viewer. So even if you're a new brand, the system is designed to help you win, and win fast. Now Velvet, one of the affiliate creators we work with, is living proof. With only 800 followers, she got 3 million views last month and generated $48,000 in revenue. And the best part is that the demand for TikTok Shop brands is way higher than the existing brands on it. Meaning there's a gigantic gap in the market, and the people taking advantage of this opportunity are inevitably going to do well. That's the exact model that Bondi Boost used and went from struggling on Instagram, almost going bankrupt, to hitting $206,000 in revenue on TikTok Shop with 60% margins. Now, Vital Source Nutrition also used this business model to make 7 figures this month after spending 6 years failing at other online ventures. I'm gonna explain in detail what TikTok Shop brands are in just a minute. But just know that this might be one of the best opportunities of the decade right in front of your eyes. Now, let's take a step back here because you're probably thinking, okay, but I don't know how to sell on TikTok. And that leads us directly to this new and unique opportunity of the new arbitrage economy. Businesses that are succeeding in this new economy are not the ones who own the final solution, but rather the ones who connect the end consumer to the final product and set their own prices for doing so. For example, Expedia doesn't own any hotel rooms or airplanes. They simply connect hotels and airlines to consumers who are looking to travel, and in the end, their net profit is actually higher than the airlines or hotel themselves. Uber does the exact same thing. It connects drivers to people who need a way of transport without owning any cars or drivers. Airbnb doesn't own any houses or apartments. Alibaba doesn't have any stock. All of these businesses are simply arbitraging supply and demand. They find customers with a problem and connect them to a solution all under their own brand so they can have a solid markup on their products. And we do the exact same thing, and it's what I call creator arbitrage. We simply find content creators to sell our products for us in exchange of a 10 to 20% commission on whatever they sell. And that's exactly how Salt Air Body is making $185,000 a week and planning to scale up to $250,000 a week in the next few months. So what we do is sell a solution to a starving crowd, get content creators to do the selling for us commission only, and pocket 50 to 70% profit margins on every sale. And that's exactly why this is the opportunity of a lifetime for any brand who's struggling on Meta, Google, or Amazon. Now, Rivengo is the perfect example, making more money in 48 hours on TikTok Shop than they did in 2 months trying to run ads on Amazon. And that's why this model offers such a powerful advantage for brands looking to scale fast, because you only pay for marketing costs after you've actually done the sale, not before. You can see significant revenue growth within weeks and not quarters, and your capital can go towards inventory or product development rather than speculative ad spend. And finally, all the selling is done by affiliate creators who genuinely resonate with your product and are invested in your success. So let me actually show you how we help brands to make money on TikTok Shop through our 4-step plug-and-play system that I like to call the 16 Weeks TikTok Shop Accelerator. And here is what we do. Set up, pick, arbitrate, scale. When you execute this process correctly, you should be able to grow an additional $50,000 to $100,000 a month in consistent revenue every month. Now, with a 50% profit margin, that's $25K to $50K in net new monthly income each month. That's $2 million profit a year on the lower end and $4 million profit on the higher end. And remember that with each new product, this result compounds. Let's talk about step number 1, the setup. First, we help you choose the right products to feature on TikTok Shop and how to structure your commission model so that you can attract the top creators. Not every product is built for TikTok. The best performers typically have high margins, above 70%, to accommodate for the creator commissions. In addition to having visual appeal, so products that can demonstrate themselves well on video, emotional resonance, so products that really solve a problem that people care about, storytelling potential, so products that have interesting use cases, and lastly, repeat purchase opportunities, right? So product that can drive lifetime value. And after analyzing over 100,000 top performing TikTok Shop products, we have built the SKU Performance Index. This is our proprietary system for identifying the ideal product, price point, and commission offer for your success. Our tech tracks what makes SKUs go viral in real time. And using it, we optimize your product lineup and incentives to maximize conversion rates and creator interests from day one. For example, after applying our SKU Performance Index, one of our clients increased their price on a winning product and they saw a 2x increase in their bottom line profit overnight. For the first time, real money started to land in their bank account, not just top line revenue. Now, let's move on to step 2, pick. This is where you choose who will represent you on TikTok Shop. When you work with us, you instantly get access to a vetted community of over 5,000 TikTok Shop affiliate creators, all with a proven record of producing high converting content. These creators are ready to start making videos for your brand immediately. And best of all, they work on a commission-only basis, which again means no upfront fees. You only pay when you start to drive sales. To make your offer irresistible to these top creators, we help you structure a competitive commission structure that balances strong incentives with sustainable margins. We manage these talents for you to produce daily videos and live streams, each designed to drive maximum sales velocity. These creators continuously optimize your messaging based on live performance data. So we double down on what works while keeping your brand voice consistent across every touch point. Whether you're starting from scratch or scaling fast, this model gives you a built-in army of high-performing creators all aligned to grow your brand profitably. This is what one of our skincare clients used to literally, in his first month, have 206 videos made about his brand with commission-only creators, which generated 33 million views and $57,000 in revenue. Let's move on to step 3, arbitrage. This is where our growth arbitrage team steps in and helps you optimize and scale. We continuously arbitrage the performance of every video and creator we deploy, ensuring your budget, content, and affiliate reach are always aligned towards maximum return on investment. We track performance against these 3 core metrics: the content performance score, measuring hook strength, watch time, and conversion rate. Then we have the creator efficiency rating, tracking revenue per creator to identify the top performance, and brand consistency index, ensuring your message and visual identity stays intact across every piece of content. These metrics guide every decision: which creators to scale, which angles to double down on, or which formats to retire. You'll receive a detailed weekly report showing you exactly how each asset and creator is performing against your KPIs, giving you clear visibility without guesswork. It's not just distribution, it's a performance arbitrage, and this is what makes our model compound week after week. Just see the revenue growth when we implemented proper arbitrage for one of our clients, Ting. They went from making a few $100 a day to having 10K days, and then went on to make $900,000 in revenue with us in 60 days. And finally, let's discuss step number 4, scale. This is where we turn winning content into a scalable paid engine. While most brands burn budget on testing, we start with proven angles, giving you 100 times more creative variations than typical media agency that radically improves performance. Using our validated creative and performance data from affiliate and content teams, we launch TikTok ad campaigns that amplify only what we know converts. No guesswork, no wasted spend. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and so let me address some of the most common objections I hear when businesses consider TikTok Shop. First, I've tried TikTok Shop, I've sent out products to affiliates, but I've got terrible results. This is one of the most common frustrations, and it makes total sense. But here's the thing. Flooding the market with affiliate creators before building solid foundation is like trying to build a house without laying the bricks. Of course it's not going to work. Most of the time, the reason affiliates underperform is because the brand has no social proof, no organic presence, and no story that the creators can build upon. They simply don't trust it, don't know it, and so neither does the audience. To get results, you need to build credibility, the voice, and the structure. Then, and only then, plug in affiliate creators to scale. That mix is what makes this work for us, and when we do it right, it compounds like nothing else. That's what we've helped one of our clients, Joel, to do with his jewelry brand. After almost giving up on TikTok Shop, we helped to solidify his brand, and finally we were able to scale with dozens of creators a week. Second, my audience isn't on TikTok. The data simply doesn't support that anymore. TikTok has over 1 billion active users, 45% of which are over 35 years old, and the fastest growing demographic is actually 40 plus. Your audience is absolutely there, you're just not showing up yet. Next, my products are too expensive for TikTok. Now, while this was true in 2019 when I started on TikTok, since then, the user base has increasingly matured. We're now seeing premium products from engagement rings to barking bags and just luxury goods blow off on TikTok. Matter of fact, one of our best performing clients is selling engagement ring for $10,000 and plus. This is the same evolution that we saw with Instagram back in 2017. It's repeating again and you don't want to miss it. And what about the TikTok ban? Now, we've seen the rumors come and go. Literally every year there's a rumor that it's going to get banned. It started with Trump, then under Biden, and now Trump again. However, none of these have ever materialized. TikTok contributes to over $55 billion a year to the US economy in merchant sales alone. Right now, the US government is interested into having a piece of TikTok, so we're going from TikTok being banned to now being partnered with the government. We are also under NDA with TikTok, but we have seen their roadmap and they are not slowing down. They are building deep into 2025 and beyond. But even then, looking at the bigger picture, the shift that TikTok Shop has created towards social commerce is just getting started. TikTok Shop lit the spark, but platforms like Meta, YouTube, and even soon Amazon are already racing to catch up. So getting in now doesn't just let you capitalize on this new opportunity today, but it also helps you to build the skills and infrastructure and strategy that will help you win on any platform once they have truly adopted the same model. This is not just about TikTok, it's about where all the e-commerce is going, and being early is the real advantage. So if you stuck with me this far, you're clearly serious about taking advantage of this opportunity. The question is, what's your next step? The demo call you scheduled with one of our leading advisors is aimed to understand the details of your business and see if we're a fit. Our 16 weeks TikTok Shop Accelerator is a done-for-you implementation partnership. It requires an initial investment that gives you access to our team, technology, and creator network. After the initial period, we primarily earn from a percentage of the sales that we generate you. Now, as a thank you for attending this call, I'll also provide you with our comprehensive TikTok Shop Accelerator SOP, a step-by-step standard operating procedure that breaks down our entire methodology. This is literally the exact playbook we use with our clients to generate $50,000 to $100,000 in additional revenue every single month. You'll get this valuable resource just for showing up to the call, whether you decide to work with us or not. Remember, right now, at this exact moment, we are living in the best time in history to get started on TikTok Shop. there has never been such a huge opportunity for e-commerce brands with this type of platform. This means the more you wait, the more you are losing out on sales that you could be getting today. And remember, consumers are already spending this money either way, so if you're not the one capturing those sales, they're simply going to go to someone else who has decided to take action instead. So you can either be the one taking action and getting what's yours, or you can be the one sitting back and watching others succeed. The choice is yours, really. To make the most of our demo call and to get access to the 4th step SOP, please ensure that you confirm your attendance to our meeting with the button below. Our calendars fill up quickly, so don't wait. The sooner you get started, the sooner you'll start seeing results on TikTok Shop roll in.